Hello YouTube Nation, this is Brian with Vermillion Enterprises. Today is April 13th, 2026. Silver is just over $74 per ounce and gold is just over $4,700 per ounce at the time of this video. As we saw, some downward pressure when the market opened last night. We'll see what happens today when the U.S. market comes online. Lord only knows what will actually go on, but I'm assuming that we'll definitely see some noticeable volatility up and down. It is Monday, so we're going to update you guys and gals with inventory and premium levels. Not too much changed, just a couple things, little tweaks to a couple of the premiums. Nothing major though, pretty much the same as last week as a whole, just two minor changes. What was last week like here in the shop? Great week, profitability wise. Silver slow at the retail level, very sluggish right now. Gold is super hot. We'll see if that continues this week. I don't see why it wouldn't. I think a lot of people just kind of got turned off with silver with the meteoric rise that it had and then the quick descension back into the 70s. I think that turned off a lot of the people who are interested in buying it. That will turn around at some point in time. Will it take more downward pressure, or will it take just for some stability to actually come back into the market? That's what we really need, is some stability. But we also don't want stagnation, because stagnation is definitely the enemy of every business. And so that's one thing we definitely don't want, especially as we are going into the summer months. Historically, the summers are the slow period in the precious metals industry. So it's a little disconcerting right now that silver is so stagnant with us approaching the summertime. But, there's a lot of craziness going on in the world right now. And so I think that is going to lead to volatility at some level. We'll see how that actually affects the demand of silver. The demand for gold, super hot right now. The demand for platinum, super hot right now. We were supposed to get a shipment of Platinum Eagles in, or we are getting a shipment of Platinum Eagles, and I was hoping they were going to be in on by Friday. They did not make it. So they'll either be in today or tomorrow, hopefully. As soon as they come in, we'll get them verified and then make them available to you guys and gals. But unfortunately, they did not make it last week. But as soon as they're here, we'll make sure that they become live and ready for purchase. All right, so it is Monday, and I expect it's going to be a crazy busy week. It looks like the weather is going to be a lot better this week than it was last. So, I think it's going to be a great week here in Spring Hill. We are Vermillion Enterprises, 5324 Spring Hill Drive in sunny Spring Hill, Florida. And let's do this. Let's run these premiums. All right, folks, Gold Eagles. This is one change in premiums here. 1 ounce Gold Eagles, we are now buying at spot minus 1% and selling at the spot price of gold plus 2%. 1/10 ounce Gold Eagles, all fractional Gold Eagles still the same as last week. So tenths we're buying at melt plus 3%, selling at plus 7%. 1/4 ounce and 1/2 ounce Gold Eagles we're buying at melt. I am out of quarters for the time being. Once we get more in, we'll make them available. 1/2 ounce Gold Eagles we do sell at melt plus 3%. All right, Gold Buffaloes, no change there. We are still buying at the spot price of gold and selling at spot plus 3%. No change in Gold Buffaloes, just the 1 ounce Gold Eagles. All right, gold bars, we're buying them at 98%. If you have bars that are larger than 100 grams in size, we will still buy them at 98%, but they go off to the refinery first for verification before we pay out on those. Fractional foreign gold, such as the sovereigns, ducats, liras, coronas, marks, francs, pesos, whatever else I forgot in there, we buy at 98% of melt. Also including the fractional modern foreign bullion gold coins, such as the 1/10 ounce, 1/4 ounce, and 1/2 ounce maples, K-Rands, kangaroos, that type of material, we pay 98% of melt on those. pre-33 gold. Most of that we pay 98% of melt on. And the $5 and $10 gold commemorative coins, we pay 98% of melt on those. 1 ounce foreign gold bullion coins such as Canadian maple leaves, Krugerrands, kangaroos, pandas, Australian nuggets, Britannias, Philharmonics, and Queen's Beast, we pay spot minus 1% on those. If we have any live in the shop, you're welcome to them at plus 1%. But we do buy them at minus 1%, just like the gold eagles. All right, platinum eagles, when we get them back in the shop, we'll be selling at plus 150. Currently buying them at spot plus $100 per ounce. So we are buying coal silver dollars and junk 90 at minus 9. No change there, but the change with regards to these two is we are now selling at minus $6. So if you're interested in random common date coal, Morgan, and Peace silver dollars, we're buying at minus 9, selling at minus 6. We do have quantity in the shop. We just got to get them sorted. Just only so many hours in the day, folks. But we do got them. Just give us a heads up that you want some, and we'll have them ready for you. All right, junk 90, 1964 and before. Silver dimes, quarters, half dollars, buying at minus 9, selling at minus 6. We have a lot of quarters and halves in the shop right now, just a handful of dimes. But buying at minus 9 and selling at minus 6. That's for 1964 and before. Dimes, quarters, and silver half dollars. We're talking about U.S. constitutional only, no other countries involved with that. Junk 40 still buying at minus 12, selling at minus 8. What are we talking about? 1964 and before, or I'm sorry, 1965 to 1970, Kennedy half dollars, and then also the 40% silver Ikes, 1965 to 1970. All right, generic silver, no change here, still buying at minus 4, selling at the spot price of silver. We do have some 1 ounce bars in the shop, lots of 1 ounce rounds, some 5 ounce bars, lots of 10s, a good chunk of kilos, 1 or 200 ounce bars. So if you're interested in generic silver, retail friendly, we're buying it at minus 4, selling it at the spot price of silver. And yeah, if you want some, let us know. All right, now we do have some off-quality generic silver, just some random stuff that we are selling at spot minus $2 per ounce. That's what's in this bucket here. You'll see there's actually quite a bit of vintage material in here, but it's not really what I would consider retail friendly. Some sovereign material. You can find anything from half ounce, 3/4 ounce, 1 ounce, 1 1/4, 1 1/2 ounce, 2 ounce, 5 ounce, 100 grams, 10 ounce pieces. Just miscellaneous stuff that's coming across the counter that I do not consider retail friendly. You'll see toning, surface issues, scratches, all types of material. Some of it is retail friendly. It just is 1 or 2 things came in across the counter and just not something that we can make solid design or date tubes out of. So this is all generic. There is some foreign sovereign silver in there. Minus $2 per ounce is what that is selling for. All right, retail friendly American Silver Eagles. We buy them at spot plus $1 per ounce. Sell them at spot plus $4 per ounce. These are solid date tubes of retail friendly American Silver Eagles. That means that each coin in the tube has the exact same date. Each coin and there are 20 coins in the tube, no milk spots, no surface abrasions, retail friendly, nice blast white material. Now, if it's not retail friendly stuff, we do still buy Silver Eagles at minus 2 and sell at the spot price of silver plus $1 per ounce. These are random date random date Silver Eagles that have surface issues on them. Could be milky, scratched up, overtoning, scruffiness in nature, not retail friendly, and these are random date. If you bring in tubes of Silver Eagles, we start going through them and we start seeing milk spots or surface abrasions or other surface issues with them, they will be priced as the off-quality material. It's just the way it is, folks. All right, we are Vermillion Enterprises. We are open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., and Saturdays, 8 a.m. till noon. We accept payment via cash, wire, Zelle, personal checks up to $7,500. We do hold those up to 2 weeks before we ship the material. Also, scrap gold at 90% of its value and scrap 925 or coin silver at 75% of its value. So what are we talking about here? Old carroted gold jewelry laying around in the bottom of your jewelry box. that you just don't wear anymore. You can't wear. It's broken. It's outdated, out of style. You hate the person that gave it to you. Like I said, you outgrew it, one too many trips to Dunkin'. That we will turn into cash money for you at 90% of its value. Or you can apply that towards the purchase of stackable precious metals at 90% of its value. Either way, people take advantage of both options every single day. We're talking old class rings, chains, earrings, wedding bands, lapel pins, sliders, brooches, watch fobs, watches, money clips, whatever else I may have forgotten there. We will turn that into cash money for you at 90% of its value. Or you can apply that towards the trade of stackable precious metals at 90% of its value. And we're talking 8 karat, 9, 10, 14, 18, 22, 24 karat gold jewelry. We will be happy to help you with. This sterling silver flatware, hollowware, tableware, sterling silver rounds and tea sets, 75% of the value on that. Also includes coin silver scrap. We will pay you 75% of the value on that. All right, either cash out or towards the purchase of stackable precious metals. Your choice either way, we'll be happy to help. All right, and let me get our cord out of the way here. Shipping policy, we ship via FedEx, $3,000 minimum order, free shipping and handling. If you want to place an order, please reach out to info@igscoin.com to place an order, or if you have general questions. And we only ship to your local FedEx ship center for your security and convenience. All right, guys, you have a great day. And as the market changes, we'll update you. Thank you all.